Bonjour à tous, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm very happy that you are here. Have you heard of this Mediterranean town called Les Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer, which means the Saint Marys of the Sea? The town is situated in the Rhône River Delta and has beautiful scenery, history, and legends. One of the most renowned artists of all time, Vincent Van Gogh, stayed here for a week in 1888 and made multiple paintings of its landscape. This is also the town where the relics of Saint Sara, the saint of Romani people called Gypsies, rest. As it is by the Mediterranean Sea, it is a very popular vacances destination as well. Today, I would like you to come with us to see this charming town in the south of France. Let's go! Allons-y! Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer is the capital of the Camargue region in the south of France. It is said to be one of the oldest and busiest ports used by the Greeks, then the Romans in ancient times. Having parked the car, we slowly walk towards the legendary Église de la Notre-Dame de la Mer de Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer. The name is a bit long, but it can be translated to the Church of the Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer. I love strolling on the streets of this pretty town. Checking on the displays of the stores and local foods is great fun. Let me tell you a little bit of history and the legend about the Marys whom the town was named after. According to the legend, Mary Magdalene and her companions fled Palestine to escape persecution by Herod Agrippa I, also known as Herod II or Agrippa I, after Jesus' crucifixion. The legend states that the group included Mary Magdalene, Martha, Lazarus, Mary Jacob, Mary Salome, and a few others. They landed in the Camargue between 43 and 45 AD. Together, they journeyed across what is now France, disseminating the teachings of Christianity. Afterwards, the others continued their travels, but the three Marys chose to settle in the village of Camargue where they landed. They lived out their lives and passed away. According to the legend, the three Marys and their companions were greeted by Sara la Noire, Sarah the Black, who became their devoted servant. Marys and Sarah were laid to rest near the oratory they established. The church became a pilgrimage site and a stop on the way to Santiago de Compostela. Over time, the humble oratory became too small to accommodate the influx of worshippers drawn from across Christendom. As a result, it was replaced by a grand church, reflecting the enduring significance of the site. Originally known as Sara la Noire or Black Sarah, she later became revered as Saint Sara, the patron saint of the Gypsies. The legend of Three Marys first emerged in 1521 when Sarah was officially canonized as a saint and integrated into the pilgrimage tradition. Thus, Gypsies established the custom of journeying to Les Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer annually to honor her. We are going up to the roof terrace of the church first. Here we have a breathtaking panoramic view between land and sea. We didn't mean to stay here for that long, but because it has an amazing view of the bell tower and the town, we end up staying here much longer. Overlooking the choir and over the entire width of the church, the bell tower wall is topped by the bell gable with 5 bells that have 5 different notes: G, A sharp, C, D, and D sharp. Isn't it so cool? L'église de Notre-Dame-de-la-Mer de Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer. The Church of the Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer for French is a Romanesque fortified church built in the 9th century. It is dedicated to Mary, Mother of Jesus, and to the Three Marys. The church sits in a prominent place and is visible from around 10 kilometers, or 6.2 miles, thanks to the church's bell gable, dominating the town since the beginning of the 9th century. Then the reconstruction of the current church took place between 1165 and 1170 in Gothic style, with architectural similarities with the 13th century Gothic papal palace in Avignon. In the 14th century, during the pontificate of the popes of Avignon, the pilgrimage to Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer was popular. The church has no side chapel and has little decoration, of which the simplicity really stands out. The crypt is located under the church choir and can be accessed from the transept. The crypt is dedicated to Saint Sara, who is represented by a clothed statue and has his own altar and many ex-votos. The wooden statue of Saint Sara is covered in colorful gowns brought by the faithful. In 1936, the Gypsy community began the tradition of the procession to the sea, during which they ritually immersed the statue of Sara up to the waist. Saint Sara's worship has evolved into an annual pilgrimage and a significant religious event for the Gypsy community. On May 24th, a pilgrimage takes place where Saint Sara is carried into the water by Khmer cowboys on white horses. The crowd follows her into the Mediterranean Sea, singing and laughing. After visiting this impressive 1100-year-old church, we go to a seaside restaurant. There are so many good dishes to have in Provence, so I have a hard time choosing my appetizer and plat, or main dish. If you want to know what to eat in Provence, please watch the 12 must-see foods in Provence video. Lunch was amazing, but now I'm so full. I must have a nice promenade by the beach where Three Marys were said to have landed 2,000 years ago. This is a beach where Van Gogh sketched the iconic scenery of Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer that became so famous. In June 1888, while living in Arles, Van Gogh took a week-long trip to Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer, which is 44 kilometers from Arles. He made several paintings of the seascape and town. It seems the scenery changed a bit, as there is no more lavender field. But otherwise the landscape looks timeless, doesn't it? Seaside looks somewhat similar to what Van Gogh must have seen and painted as well. It is slightly windy. Beaches are clean and beautiful. In Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer, there is one more place I cannot miss. Le Parc Ornithologique Pont de Gaux, or Ornithological Park of Pont de Gaux in English. Le Parc Ornithologique Pont de Gaux is about 5 kilometers from downtown Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer. It is a 60-hectare or 150-acre nature park. It is made of ponds, swamps, lawns, channels, reed beds, salt marshes, as well as a natural habitat of pink flamingos. It's quite amazing to see them resting, eating, sleeping, flying, and doing nothing and everything. It's one of a kind nature park zoo for sure. If you want to know and see more about this wondrous bird park, please watch the Pink Marches and Pink Birds in Provence video. The other popular activity in Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer is promenade à cheval or horseback riding. It's an experience of riding a famous Camargue white horse with a group to the sea and the beach that can be a 2 to 6 hour excursion. Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer is located 44 kilometers from Arles, 85 kilometers from Avignon, and 131 kilometers from Marseille. Okay, I leave you here for today. If you have enjoyed it, please do give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you again next week. Please subscribe if you want to see more of my weekly videos. Thanks so much for watching.